forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
Set, 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Strong start by this defense. 3rd and short, they go with a run. Stonewalled for no gain.
I played for a guy who always talked about setting tones and meeting force with force. That felt like it on that play, didn't it? And they met it in a big way and won. What a great job by the defense.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 38. Now Roethlisberger to throw. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. 23 yards on the play. They go play action here on 1st down. Out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Bell. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
We got three, fellas. We got 3. Jack 16. Hey.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down.
Here we go. Jack 16.
A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this 1st drive. Instead, 2nd down.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. He had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. Now being hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and the Ravens have got it. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Hot.
They go play action with Jackson. Drops it underneath for Collins. 5 yards on the pickup, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a Turkey Bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. And that is incomplete. The veteran Morgan Burnett there on the coverage.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they got across the 50 last time, but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team, because now your defense has to make that stand up.
He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On second down, it's Bell. And some space here. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on third down to bring up fourth. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Throwing is Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Over the middle here to Brown. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. This is Collins on the handoff. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football, and they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Caught left side. Williams. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Three down. Leopard!
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
All right, here we go.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On second down, Roethlisberger. He's going deep for Brown. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
They go play action now. Roethlisberger. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Now Brown. He'll be hard-pressed to match that one. That a 65-yard punt. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
Watch him now, Barney! Detroit!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll bring up a second down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down. On second down, here's Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he's brought down after a good gain. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Jackson on first down. It's caught left side by John Brown. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. They'll try the right side with Collins. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot there. Good for a Raven first.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 46 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Leopard, back to 99 Philly. Here we go. He's coming. Yeah, double up.
2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
3-19. Detroit.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1.
Leopard. All right, now, lucky 56.
On 3rd and goal, Collins. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
And feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
Hurry up, let's go. Jack 16.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. On the left side, it's McDonald. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them. Now
a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. The Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up third downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you, it started in the offseason.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to let this one go deep. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
And they'll run it here. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And
I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Here we go. Let's go. Show that bench release and go. King.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. This one complete right side to McDonald. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Terrell Suggs. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves him with 14 yards still to go on third down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Roethlisberger will throw. This is Bell on the dump off. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up fourth down. The Steelers send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Jackson now. Going to throw again. He's got the hook up to John Brown to the right side. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. He got 29 yards that time. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. A right side catch by Crabtree. And he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Jackson will throw again. And that'll be incomplete. Crabtree, once again, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Detroit! Detroit! Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
A give right to Collins. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the gun, it's Jackson. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Jackson brought in left side by Snead. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. A very solid gain of 27. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They come out here and he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Steelers. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to air one out. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Okay, partner. No surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
They start the drive with a give to Allen. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
To throw is Jackson. Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
Well, it hasn't been a whole lot of fun for Le'Veon Bell in this ball game, trying to find room to run the ball. I'm sure they're going to have to change some things up because he's so versatile. They've got to get the ball in his hands somehow and create some space because they're losing this game.
Well, defensively, you got to key in on Bell, make him the focal point to stop, and they've been able to do that.
And he has gotten better every year he's been in the league, always adding something to his game, one of the premier runners in the NFL.
They'll go again with Bell. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. The former Charger All-Pro Eric Weddle on the stop. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
It's never a bad idea to try and get it to Antonio Brown, but it must be a little bit of the Madden curse going on for our cover athlete here. Hasn't been able to get that elite separation that we're used to seeing from him.
And this is going to miss left. I don't think it even got there either. It's no good either way, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. A give left side to Collins. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
To Allen on the dump off. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that's going to make it fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch, and guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Terrell Suggs in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster. It's complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Going for the deep ball. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marlon Humphrey. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
All right, here we go.
The drive starts with a run by Collins. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Jackson now off the bootleg. And he finds a man in the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
And they'll go on the ground. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Leopard! Leopard!
This is Collins on the toss. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. On third down, Jackson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Go. 230. Let's go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. A screen to Bell. A huge play there on the screen pass. 44 yards. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Roethlisberger to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. They'll begin the drive with Collins. And he's going to be unable to get upfield as they take him down at the 21-yard line.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Watching now, Barney.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. And an alley to run. It's a foot race. The 20, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 79 yards. And the Ravens Ravens will extend their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. And nice work on the return as he'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
He's going to let it fly. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And that one results in 35 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I sit.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. A really nice gain of 25 yards. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. His pass caught at the 4. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. In for the score. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Well, they knew a lot of steps had to happen here. They got step 1, the touchdown. You need a 2-point conversion here, don't you?
You do, and as you continue to look ahead, if they're able to get that, somehow get the ball back and get another score, they have to go for 2 again. That's why teams are practicing multiple 2-point plays.
We saw that in Super Bowl 51 with the Patriots getting a pair of big 2-point conversions. So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And who's got it? I think the Ravens do, yes. And they're going to win this football game. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for Baltimore, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers.